Are you big bad evil guys not very interesting? Are they one-dimensional like the White Witch from the Chronicles of Narnia? Like having no depth other than being centered around power and cruelty? I think that's really boring, unimaginative, and frankly, kind of shallow. Hey everyone, I'm Heavy J, and I've been a DM for nearly 40 years now, and today I'm exploring a question that often crosses the mind of every dungeon master when crafting their antagonists for their campaigns. Today on Fat Dragon Adventure. Motivation stands as the cornerstone of a well-crafted character. And a lackluster motivation can even mar the most intriguing personalities that you guys come up with. Shallow villains often fall into the trap of being one-dimensional motives, with the most egregious example being the insane bad guy. Labeling a character as bad solely due to their craziness, I think, is tired, and it's a feeble approach that lacks depth. Fortunately, there are some superior alternatives. On the flip side, though, an overly intricate motivation can also prove detrimental. I think it clouds the narrative, making it more challenging for your players to connect. Instead, opt for clear, realistic, and reliable motivations. I'm going to be exploring 3 villainous motivations that adhere to one fundamental principle. I think that effective villains generally believe that their actions are justified, thinking that they're on the righteous path. This one is what I call the ends justify the means. It's built on the premise that ideals are often enshrined in laws, and this motivation explores the ethical dilemma of resorting to evil deeds to safeguard the greater good. Picture this: a wizard forced to delve into the forbidden arts. He forges a pact with an evil force to rescue his city. How about this? A paladin compelled to slay a prophesized child in order to prevent the opening of Hell's gates. These flawed philosophies add complexity to the character, pushing seamlessly virtuous individuals into committing morally gray acts to pursue a justified outcome. I think one example of this is from the book Mistborn, The Final Empire. That's written by Brandon Sanderson. In this epic fantasy novel, the immortal Lord Ruler rules over an oppressive empire. The villain, the Lord Ruler, believes that maintaining absolute control and quashing any rebellion, no matter how brutal, is a means. It's necessary to prevent the chaos and destruction. The ends, in his view, justify the ruthless and tyrannical means employed to ensure the stability and order of his empire. Another example could be a more familiar example would be that of Anakin Skywalker and his path into the dark side. When Anakin spoke of ruling the galaxy, he mentioned how he would bring peace, freedom, justice, and security to his new empire. Did he really believe that? Or was he just rationalizing his lust for power? Or is it both? Did he want power because he thought it would make him strong enough to bring peace and order to the galaxy, and of course, save Padmé? The next motivation I call fighting for the tribe. Throughout history, humanity has been entrenched in battles over tribes and factions. From childhood squabbles to the atrocities committed by modern governments, the allure of fighting for one's pack or one's flag or one's religion or even one's race is undeniable, I think. This motivation seamlessly applies to a host of intelligent creatures all throughout the D&D setting. For example, goblins and kobolds fiercely defend their tribes. I think giants fight for their empires, and cultists zealously, or always zealously, champion their gods. Even the undead might wage war for the cause of death against life, firmly believing that they're on the righteous path. I'll give you guys an example. A Song of Fire and Ice, the series that's written by George R.R. Martin, specifically the Game of Thrones. In the complex world of Westeros, Tywin Lannister can be seen as a character fighting for his tribe. He's the head of the House Lannister, and Tywin is fiercely committed to prosperity and legacy of his family. His actions, often ruthless and strategic, are motivated by a desire to secure the power and influence of House Lannister. He wants to ensure his survival in the cutthroat political landscape of the Seven Kingdoms. My final motivation is what I call watch it burn. Watch it all burn. In a world that has become fatally corrupted, there are some out there that believe only a clean slate can offer salvation. It's kind of, think of it this way. It's similar to forest fires that rejuvenate the sequoia trees out in the forest. This motivation entails wanting to witness the world burn to pave a way for a fresh start. It's a special form of insanity, and it's not rooted in just mere madness, but rather in a global scale vengeful desire. This motivation implies a belief that all life must pay for one single grievous incident. I'll give you an example in literature. In the Wheel of Time series, written by Robert Jordan, specifically The Great Hunt, there's a character in there. He's one of the Forsaken. His name is Ishmael. Ishmael is a villain who desires to see the entire world burn. As a servant of the Dark One, he is committed to unraveling the pattern of reality itself and bringing about the destruction of his world. His motivations are deeply rooted in a nihilistic belief that annihilation of existence is the only true path to freedom from the cycle of rebirth. In other words, this is the way that he's going to break the wheel. So here are my final thoughts, Dragon Riders. These three motivations that I've given you today, they're just a glimpse into the bevy of compelling driving forces that are out there for villains. If you want more, I would suggest analyzing your favorite villains from your favorite books or your favorite movies and breaking them down and breaking their motivations down anyway into just a few statements. I think that by adhering to the principles of a well-defined motivation, you can transform your one-dimensional characters into a truly sinister character. And as a DM, I think it would help you craft antagonists that are more captivating and would resonate more with your players. If I've missed any motivations, put them in the comments below, because I'd like to hear some of the motivations that you use at your table. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss our next episode. Until next time, Dragon Riders, ride that fat dragon. Thanks for watching.